Hello class, in this video I will discuss colligative properties. So as I recall, colligative properties are properties that are affected by the concentration. Okay? So pag nagbabago yung concentration ng solution, nagbabago yung colligative properties. Okay? So this is affected by the number of solute particles. Okay. Halimbawa, meron tayong water versus water with sodium chloride or table salt. So, iba yung colligative property ng pure solvent sa solution. Because this one is a solution, right? And this one is a pure solvent. So, one is boiling point. So, yung boiling point ng water, halimbawa is 100 degrees Celsius. Yung boiling point ngayon ng solution or ng salt water will now be higher than 100 degrees Celsius. So, around 102 degrees Celsius, for example. Okay, example lang yung 102 degrees Celsius. Again, it would change depending on the concentration. So, the more na dinadagdagan ng solute particle, mas nagbabago yung boiling point because boiling point is one colligative property. Okay? So, ayan, ito lang yung reason kung paano tumatagal yung ice cream, nilalagyan. Yung ice cream, yung pinagkakalagyan niya na may yellow, nilalagyan natin ng rock salt. So, yung rock salt would also change the colligative property. For this example, this would change the freezing point. So, that is called freezing point depression. Okay, skip na natin yung ibang part. Ayan, by definition, it comes from the word colligatus, which means bound together. Yung mga particles, stay bound together. Okay? Adding solute to the solvent changes the colligative property. It is dependent on the number of solute particle and not to the nature or identities. Kasi the more na nag-change ka or nag-add ka ng solute, binabago mo yung concentration. So, nakadepende dito yung kanyang either boiling point elevation or freezing point depression. Pag sinabi natin electrolyte and non-electrolyte, it is important that you identify if it's electrolyte or non-electrolyte because this will affect the number of ions na mag-a-act dun sa solution. Non-electrolytes are mostly covalent compounds. So, pag sinabi natin covalent, huwag kakalimutan, non-metal plus non-metal. Okay? Ayan. Kapag sinabi nating electrolyte, ito naman yung mga ionic compounds. So, that is metal or cations plus non-metal. Okay? Metal plus non-metal. Ayan yung electrolyte. Ano yung nangyayari sa non-electrolyte? Yung mga non-electrolyte, they do not ionize. So, ibig sabihin, kapag hinalo sila sa tubig, as is pa din yon na molecule. Pero yung electrolyte, they break into ions. Naghihiwalay sila, nagdi-dissociate sila into ions. Example, sugar is a covalent compound, therefore, it do not ionize. So, kapag hinalo mo siya ngayon sa tubig, sugar molecule pa din yan. As is na sugar molecule siya. So, ang bilang doon ay isa lang. Okay? One lang siya, one molecule. At ang charge niya would be neutral pa din. Okay? While, kapag yung mga ionic compounds, nilagay mo naman sa tubig, they ionize. Ibig sabihin, they break into ions. This one is positive, negative. Okay? So, now, they become ions. Kung kanina neutral, now these are ions. May charge. So, ngayon, nakaka-apekto yung bilang nung charge dun sa solution natin. Kasi kung babalikan mo yung IMF, di ba magkakaroon sila ngayon ng ion dipole. Meron kang ions, Tapos meron kang dipole, which is yung water. So, nagiging stronger yung intermolecular force nila. So, it's important that you identify if the solute is electrolyte or non-electrolyte. So, ito yung example, si sugar molecule, buo pa din sila. Yan, they still comes kasi they are non-electrolytes. They do not ionize. While this one, they ionize. So, they break down into ions. You have sodium ion and chlorine ion. And yung mga acid, ito gaya ng hydrochloric acid, hydrosulfuric acid, ayan sila, they also ionize. Okay? So, they are also electrolyte. So, this will help you determine ano yung Van Hoff factor. So, pag sinabi natin Van Hoff factor, actual number of solution after dissociation in molecules. So, halimbawa, nung tinunaw mo na siya, ilan yung nag-dissociate? Okay? So, halimbawa, sucrose. Diba pag sinabi natin sucrose, diba hindi naman siya nag-ionize? So, si sucrose. So, therefore, isang buo pa din siya. Okay? One sucrose molecule pa din siya. Pero si sodium chloride, dahil si sodium chloride ay ionic compound, okay? So, ayan. So, NaCl. This is ionic compound. They dissociate into sodium and chlorine. Yung charge niya, yung reverse ng criss-cross. Now, we have calcium chloride. So, yung calcium chloride is CaCl2. So, kung titingnan mo, isang calcium, dalawang chlorine. So, yung Van Hoff factor niya is 3. Pero para makuha mo yung charge ng calcium, you reverse yung criss-cross. Okay? Pero ang tinitingnan natin yung number of ions na mabibreakdown kaya equal siya sa 3. Example. Ayan, paano siya kinuha? Ito yung charge niya. Pero kung kukunin mo yung number, ito, dalawang chlorine ion, isang calcium. So, let's see the Van Hoff factors. So, halimbawa, sucrose. Sucrose is non-electrolyte. So, dahil non-electrolyte siya, automatic, 1 yung Van Hoff factor niya. Hydrochloric acid. So, this one is an acid, but this is electrolyte. So, meaning, it will ionize into hydrogen and chlorine. Okay? So, that is 2. Sodium chloride, obviously, is 2. Iron chloride, that is 4. Okay? Ano yung nag-breakdown? Isang Fe3 na positive at 3 chlorine negative. Okay? Yung charge na galing dun sa subscript na criss-cross, yung bilang, ayan, yung subscript din. Okay? Isang iron at 3 chlorine. Okay. Next. This one is 3, calcium chloride. Now, if you see polyatomic ion, so again, that is polyatomic ion. Polyatomic ions. Ano yung mga example nito? Sulfate, phosphate, nitrate. Ayan. Ang bilang sa kanila ay isa. They are one molecule. So, kaya yan naka-enclose sa parentheses because you consider them as one ion. So, ang bilang nito ngayon ay 3 at saka 2. So, that's equal to 5. Okay? So, 5. And then this one, ammonium phosphate. 3 ammonium at isang phosphate. Kaya 4 lang siya. That is how you identify the Van Hoff factor. Okay? So, this is important for the colligative properties kasi kasama siya sa equation. So, let's start with boiling point elevation. So, obviously, from the name, elevation, which means it would go higher. So, that means the boiling point of the solution is higher than the pure solvent. Yan yung example ko kanina, na yung water, okay, yung simple water, versus yung saline solution or yung salt water solution, mas mataas yung boiling point nito kaysa dito. Okay? Pag dinadagdagan mo siya ng mas madaming asin, mas tataas yung boiling point niya. So, how will you get the change in the boiling point? Okay? So, you have your delta TB multiplied by the Van Hoff factor times KB times the molality. Ito yon. So, delta TB, which is your boiling point elevation, ito yung change dun sa boiling point. Then, the Van Hoff factor, for non-electrolyte, again, 1. For electrolytes, you count the number of ions. And then, we have the molal boiling point elevation constant. Okay, dagdagan natin ang molal. Molal boiling point elevation constant, or KB. And then, the molality of the solution. So, yan yung change dun sa boiling point. Ilan yung itataas niya. Now, to find the boiling point of the solution, syempre, i-add natin doon yung change in boiling point. So, halimbawa, ang nakuha mo na change in boiling point is 2.02. Idadagdag mo siya ngayon dun sa original boiling point or dun sa boiling point of the pure solvent. Okay? So, tingnan natin to. So, ayan. So, habang tinataasan mo yung amount nung solute particle, dinagdagan mo siya ng 58 grams of salt. Ito yan, oh, salt. Ito, 2 moles of salt. Ito, 3 moles of salt. Tumataas yung kanyang boiling point. Okay? So, pataas yung graph. The higher the concentration or the more solute, the higher the boiling point. So, ito naman, hindi naman salt, pero sucrose. So, ano naman siya? Sugar. So, ganun ba? Then, pataas pa din siya. Okay? Ayan. So, yung molal boiling point or yung KB are constant. So, madalas given to unless ito yung tinatanong. Ano ba yung mangyayari dun sa boiling point? So, di ba kapag magbo-boil yung substance, magmo-move siya from liquid to gas. Ngayon, yung mga particles dito sa ibabaw ng substance, they easily move, they vibrate, and then once they vibrate, makaka-escape na sila, di ba? Mag-escape na sila into vapor. Ito yung pure solvent lang. Pero kapag may mga solution, ito nadadagdagan tayo ng solute particles. So, itong mga solute particles na to ay humaharang dun sa daanan ng mga molecule. Kaya hindi sila agad makatakas or hindi sila agad nakakapag-change into vapor. So, therefore, it would require higher amount of energy para ma-break yung bond dito. At yung higher energy na yon would be coming from the amount of heat. Therefore, tataas yung boiling point. Tataas yung temperature to break the bond here. Okay, example. So, how can we solve for this one? So, halimbawa, what is the boiling point of this? I think yung iba na-discuss ko na. Okay. So, what is the boiling point elevation when 147 gram of lactic acid lactate with this molar mass is dissolved in 647 grams of cyclohexane? So, the molar boiling point constant of cyclohexane is 2.79 degrees Celsius per molal. So, this means identify mo ano yung solute and solvent. So, ang technique, kung ano yung mas mataas yung value, usually ito yung solvent. Okay? At saka kung ano yung may constant na molar boiling point, yan yung solvent. Sabi dito, the molar boiling point of cyclohexane is this. Siya yung may molar boiling point, siya yung solvent. Okay? Or siya din kasi yung mas mataas. So, ibig sabihin, siya din yung nagtunaw. At the same time, itong salita, dissolve in. Okay? So, marami na kayong clue para malaman kung ano yung solvent. So, therefore, mass of solute, so yung solute natin is yung 147 grams. And then, yung mass of solvent is 647 grams. Yung molar boiling point constant of cyclohexane is Kb equal to 2.79 degrees Celsius per molar. And then we have the Van Hoff factor, wag kakalimutan. This is non-electrolyte, kaya 1 yung Van Hoff factor niya. Okay? Meron pa ba na given? Wala na. So, this is your given. We are asked to find, ano yung hinahanap dito? So, you are asked to find, the boiling point elevation. So, yung boiling point elevation natin is delta TB. Okay? So, ano yung magiging equation natin? Okay. Delta TB is equal to Van Hoff factor Kb times M. Dahil wala namang molality, up to you kung ipapasok mo dito yung equation ng molality or isolve mo siya separately. So, if you want, molality is equal to mole of solute over the kilograms of solvent. So, wala namang mole of solute, so you have to convert first yung mole, yung mass of solute na 147 grams. 147 grams multiplied by yung molar mass niya in such a way na nasa ilalim yung grams. So, 162.14 grams, 1 mole sa taas, over yung kilogram. So, you have to convert this in kilograms. This is 0.647 kilograms. So, 0.647 kilograms. So, cancel. This will give you 0.966 mole over 0.647 kilograms equal to 1.40 molal. So, this is the molality. Pwede mo na siyang ipasok ngayon dito sa equation. Okay? So, yung magiging molality mo, yung equation mo ngayon is this. So, you have here, delta TB is now equal to I, Kb times M. I is 1. This is 2.79 degrees Celsius per molal. And the molality is 1.40 M. So, your delta TB is equal to 3.91 degrees Celsius. So, that means, yung temperature niya tataas ng 3.91. Okay? This is also a non-electrolyte. So, I think you can solve that. Now, this is electrolyte. Ang pinagkaiba lang, kapag electrolyte, may multiplier na 2. Okay? So, idiretso na natin. Ang tinatanong is yung boiling point nung solution. Okay. So, from the equation, delta TB is equal to I Kb times M. And TB of solution is equal to TB naught plus delta TB. So, compute muna natin si delta TB. You can also present your solution this way. Delta TB is equal to I Kb M. Okay. Ano yung I natin? So, yung Van Hoff factor is equal to 2 kasi sodium chloride, nag-break siya into Na tsaka chlorine. So, dalawa. Okay? So, that is 2. Yung Kb natin is ito, 0.52 degrees Celsius per molar. Then, yung molality, dahil wala dito yung molality, pwede nyo i-solve diretso. Ano yung mass? 21.2 grams. Multiplied by 1 mole. And then 58.44 grams. All over, this one, convert mo sa kilogram, yung 135, 0.135 grams. So, ano yung magiging delta TB? Ayan, solve nyo siya. Oops. Although, may solution na pala to sa Canvas. Sige. Ayan. Let's check ano yung magiging sagot.